For video one, we're going to talk about creating your own theme and background as we had in one of the modules. How do we actually go and do this in PowerPoint? As you can see, I have a PowerPoint slide in front of me. Now, if I want to go ahead and change an individual slide, I can right click on it, choose Format Background, and now my options pop up for how I can in fact change that background. So I can change it from a solid fill to a gradient fill. I could go to a picture background, choosing a file or clip art. Let's go to the clipboard. In this case, clearly the wording that I had there is not going to be something that you're going to want as a background. So we're going to go back and take that out. But I could upload a file, and then just much like this background texture that we have there, I can decide if I want it stronger or more transparent to work with the contrast of the lettering or color of lettering that I'm using. And that would allow that to be all set up. And then I could apply to all and have that be what's going to go on as I add my slides through. Okay. Now I could change the layout of my slide up here to the basic layouts that are available. And that'll allow me to go ahead and have a different setup for my slides. But what if in fact I want to update a whole slide deck and make it something that I would use all the time? How am I going to do that? If we go under our view menu, one of the choices is this slide master. Now, when you see slide master, you can now see there is all sorts of slide options that come up on the white background. I can once again format my background and change it to be whatever I wanted it to be. So here I've added the gradient again. I can change the background style to something different. So now I've got a darker background with white text. If I wanted to change my slide size based on the kind of screen I was going to be sharing it on my presentation, I could go ahead and do that there. I could change the sizes of my boxes. If that suited my presentation, go ahead and change what the levels of the fonts would be, depending on how I wanted to use it. We can change even what the font is. So we could go from the Calibri that's selected to Cambria, and now that has been adjusted. We can adjust effects on the slide. We could even go ahead and change a theme to be something that is more of one of the traditional PowerPoint themes, if that's what we want to start with kind of as our background. So here we've now gone to the purple one, and I could then adjust all these different slides to be what I want them to be and save this, and that would be a slide template that then I could use in the future. So how do I go ahead and save that? If we go to our file and we save as, I'm just going to browse and stick this on my desktop. So we have somewhere to put it. I'm in fact going to save this as what is called a POTX. And that is going to create for me a PowerPoint background. So now I can go back at any point and use this as my base for my presentations. And again, there's so many different ways you could change this through here. You can insert placeholder text or pictures if there's other things you'd want to put on it. As we said, there's the background styles there. You could set this up in a way that you would use it all the time and just go back every single time and use this as your base template to then you would adjust for your presentations, and you have all the different slides that you are interested in set up in this file.